6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Inaugurating the National Incubation Centre in Peshawar today, the Prime Minister reiterated the government's commitment to the provision of broadband internet facility to the young generation. The Chief Justice of Pakistan launched the judicial reforms in Karachi today. Mir Abdul Qaddus Bazinjo took oath as the Balochistan Chief Minister in Quetta today. The Azad Jammu and Kashmir President has urged the international community to take serious notice of human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. Russia has deployed a new division of S-400 surface-to-air missiles in Crimea. New Zealand beat Pakistan by 183 runs in the third one-day international cricket match at Dunedin today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi says the government is striving to facilitate the young generation by providing them endless opportunities of employment through the promotion of internet broadband connectivity. He was addressing the inauguration ceremony of the National Incubation Centre at the Islamia College, Peshawar today. The Prime Minister said the centre would cater to the needs of the young generation in the field of information and technology by keeping pace with the fast changes in the field of science. The Prime Minister said Incubation Centre will explore the capabilities of the young generation and serve as a bridge by giving them access to job opportunities inside the country as well as in the international market. The Prime Minister said provision of broadband facility is also being considered as one of the significant needs of the youth, like basic education. He said it will help bring the youth living in the far-flung and tribal areas in the national mainstream of development and prosperity. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi has congratulated the whole nation over the passage of the bill extending jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the Peshawar High Court to the federally administered tribal areas. In his message, the Prime Minister said this bill will lead to a strengthened and empowered Pakistan as the people of FATA will enter the national mainstream. He said the passage of this bill is a historic moment for the people of FATA and it is the first step towards FATA reforms. Abdul Qaddus Bazinjo of the Pakistan Muslim League Quaid-e-Azam was sworn in as the new Chief Minister of the province in Quetta this evening. The oath was administered by the Governor, Muhammad Khan Achakzai. 14 cabinet members also took oath administered by the Balochistan Governor. Earlier, Abdul Qaddus Bazinjo was elected as the new Chief Minister of Balochistan by securing 41 votes, while his rival candidate Sayyid Agha Liaquat Ali bagged 13 votes. 16 of the total 65 members of the Assembly did not take part in the voting. It merits a mention here that the third candidate, Abdur Rahim Ziyaratwal of Pakhtunkhwa Milli Awami Party, withdrew his nomination papers before the election process in favor of Sayyid Agha Liaquat Ali, nominated by the same party. Addressing the House after his election as the Chief Minister, Mir Abdul Qaddus Bazinjo said he will use all of his capabilities to bring Balochistan at par with other provinces of the country. He assured the House that he would try his level best for progress and prosperity of the poor people by removing the sense of deprivation. He thanked the House for electing him as the leader of the House with an overwhelming majority. The Chief Justice of Pakistan, Mr. Justice Mian Saqib Nisar, launched the judicial reforms today. He started the mission by visiting the Qaid's mausoleum, where he offered Fatiha and prayed for the success, tranquility, and stability of the country. The Chief Justice pledged to take the judicial reforms to fruition expeditiously so that the general public gets benefit of the initiative as soon as possible. The business community of Karachi has hailed the efforts for improved security situation in the city, which has facilitated the business community. According to ISPR, the business community expressed these views during a meeting with the Corps Commander Karachi. 4 terrorists were killed in an encounter with the police in Shah Latif Khashkheli Ghot area of Karachi today. SSP Rao Anwar said the killed terrorists were involved in a number of heinous crimes, including attack on the airport and Mehran Air Base. Arms and ammunition were also recovered from the terrorists. This is Radio Pakistan. The Minister for Foreign Affairs of Turkmenistan, Rashid Meredov, will pay a 2-day visit to Islamabad from Monday. He is visiting on the invitation of the Foreign Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif. According to the Foreign Office statement, the ministers will lead the respective sides at the inaugural session of the Pakistan-Turkmenistan bilateral political consultations. The Turkmen Foreign Minister will be accompanied by a high-level delegation. The Azad Jammu and Kashmir President Sardar Mohammad Masood Khan has urged the students to make optimum use of social media to highlight the Kashmir liberation struggle at the international level. Talking to a delegation of students in Muzaffarabad today, he stressed the need to counter the Indian baseless propaganda against the liberation movement. The AJK president strongly condemned the Indian troops' atrocities in occupied Kashmir and appealed to the international community to take a serious notice of gross human rights violations and war crimes in the Hill Valley. In occupied Kashmir, a complete shutdown was observed today to protest against the surge in killings and other human rights violations by the Indian troops in the territory. The call for the shutdown was given by the Joint Resistance Leadership comprising Sayyid Ali Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq and Muhammad Yasin Malik. All shops, business establishments, private offices and fuel stations remained closed while the traffic was off the road. The puppet authorities had imposed restrictions in Srinagar to prevent the people from holding anti-India demonstrations. Russia deployed a new division of S-400 surface-to-air missiles in Crimea today. The Russian news agencies said the new division will be based next to the town of Sevastopol and will control airspace over border with Ukraine. Quoting a Russian Air Force commander, the report said the new air defense system can be turned into combat mode in less than 5 minutes. Russia's defense ministry said S-400 systems can bring down airborne targets at a range of 400 kilometers and ballistic missiles at a range of 60 kilometers. Russia says it considers the American President Donald Trump's comments on nuclear deal with Iran as extremely negative. This was stated by the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabakov in remarks carried by the state news agency RIA today. Donald Trump gave the Iran nuclear deal a final reprieve yesterday, but told the European allies and the Congress to work with him to fix the disastrous flaws in the pact or face an American exit. In India, 4 dead bodies have been recovered from the wreckage after a helicopter crashed off the coast of Mumbai today. 7 people, including 5 employees of the state-run oil exploration company and 2 pilots, were on board. Meanwhile, 8 people were killed in a road accident in the Indian state of Karnataka today. And now news about sports. New Zealand has won the 5-match one-day international series against Pakistan, beating the visitors by 183 runs in the 3rd ODI international at Dunedin today. Batting first, New Zealand scored 247 runs in the stipulated 50 overs. In reply, Pakistan were all out for 74 runs in the 28th over. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, light rain with snowfall over the hills is expected at a few places in Malakand Division and Gilgit-Baltistan. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail over the few plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning hours. To end the news, here once again are some of the headlines. Inaugurating the incubation center in Peshawar today, the Prime Minister reiterated the government's commitment to the provision of broadband internet facility to the young generation. The Chief Justice of Pakistan launched the judicial reforms in Karachi today. Mir Abdul Qaddus Bazinjur took oath as the Baluchistan Chief Minister in Quetta today. Those were some of the headlines, and that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.bk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official